good to see you again. So this week we're talking more about Jesus's journey. And do you know you have a spiritual journey too? It's all about how we learn about God and how we grow in who God has created us to be. Something that you're doing and something that Jesus did too. Last week we talked about how Jesus told people who he was and what he was going to do. He said he was all about proclaiming freedom for the people in jail and sight for the people who were blind, and proclaiming God's favor on the oppressed and the poor. He said that that was his mission. And this week, he starts his mission. Jesus doesn't waste any time, so neither should we. Let's read it. A little while later, Jesus was leaving the synagogue in Capernaum with his friend Simon. Jesus went home with Simon, and Simon's mother-in-law was there, sick in bed with a high fever. And the family asked Jesus to please help her. He bent over her, and he spoke harshly to the fever, and it left her. And she felt so much better, she got up and began to serve them. She probably got them something to eat. When the sun was setting, everyone brought to Jesus relatives and acquaintances, anyone they could with all kinds of diseases. He placed his hands on them and he healed them. Wow. Jesus is healing people everywhere, left and right. It says that he basically was healing people all night long until daybreak. That is a lot of work. And that's a lot of people that needed healing. Can you imagine? It's like he set up a little hospital right there in Simon's home. But here's the thing, healing people back in Jesus's day wasn't just about healing their bodies. Back then, when you were sick, people thought it was because you did something wrong. Or maybe because God was upset with you. And so people who were sick didn't just have to deal with their bodies hurting and not working right. They had to deal with other people thinking that they were bad or had done something to offend God. Very often, sick people were excluded. They were kept out of things. It was really lonely to be sick. And if you were sick enough for long enough, you could lose your job, you could become very poor, you could lose your family. Horrible things could happen. So when Jesus heals these people, he's not just healing their bodies. It's like he's healing their whole life. Because these people are healed by Jesus, they're able to rejoin their families, rejoin their faith community. They're able to start working again. They're able to participate in the normal types of things that people participated in. They're no longer excluded and kept out. So the story of Jesus healing people is really a story of including people. Jesus wanted to make sure that everyone was included as he taught people about God's kingdom. He said in God's kingdom, everyone is welcome. And he made it his mission to show us that again and again and again. So this week, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about including people. Have you ever felt left out? I know I have. And it is not fun. It hurts your feelings when you're left out. So what are some ways that we can be like Jesus this week and include others? Maybe you've noticed a kid on the playground who doesn't get invited to play games. Or maybe they get chosen last. Could you try starting a game with that kid this week? Pick them first and start a new game. And you can help them to include others. It might even help them make some new friends. Are there some people in your neighborhood that you don't know very well? Maybe you could ask your grown-up if you could organize a little get-together on your street. Just a casual outside meeting to get to know each other. That way nobody on your street feels left out. Or maybe you have some relatives who live far away. Could you take some time to call them up as a family this week? Or maybe email them some fun photos of what you've been up to lately? What are some ways that you could include them in your life so that they don't feel left out? There are so many ways that we could include people this week. I'm sure you can think of some good ideas too. So let's all do it together. Let's be like Jesus and include people this week. All right, friends? Okay. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.